Hey everyone! Welcome back to ToolTalk Pro, where we don't just talk about tools, we dig into how they shaped human history.
In previous episodes, we've explored the history of hammers, screwdrivers, wrenches, and pliers. But none of those would exist without the true pioneers, the ancient civilizations who started it all.
Today, we're traveling thousands of years back to explore the tools used by ancient Egyptians, Greeks, Romans, and others, the original builders of everything.
And believe me, these people worked hard. No power drills, no laser levels, just pure ingenuity and some very sore backs.
The ancient Egyptians, around 3000 BCE, were some of the first large-scale builders in history. The Great Pyramid of Giza still stands as one of the greatest engineering feats ever. But how did they do it with such primitive tools? You might be wondering, with no modern machinery, what tools did they actually use? Well, here's the list. Copper chisels and saws, used for cutting limestone, sandstone, and sometimes granite.
Though soft copper required constant resharpening.
Dolorite pounding stones, for pounding and shaping granite blocks.
Dolomite is one of the hardest natural stones. They literally smashed rocks with harder rocks.
Wooden mallets, to drive chisels and break smaller stones without damaging the cutting edge. Plumb bobs, simple but incredibly effective devices for ensuring vertical alignment. A-frame levels, made of wood shaped like a giant A, with a plumb bob hanging in the center to measure level surfaces. Measuring rods or cubit rods. Standardized length measurements used for block sizing and planning. Bow drills, used for drilling holes, using a bowstring wrapped around a spindle.
The most amazing part? The precision. The Great Pyramid's alignment is so accurate that some modern surveyors would struggle to replicate it. And they did it all with copper tools, rope, and brain power.
And a lot of manpower. I mean, you think your job is hard? Imagine dragging multi-ton stones for miles, by hand, in the desert, wearing linen.
By the time of ancient Greece, circa 800 to 300 BCE, metallurgy advanced further. Tools weren't just for survival anymore. They were for beauty, science, and art. Now this is where tools got a serious upgrade. Here's what the Greeks brought to the table. Iron chisels and saws, stronger than copper, allowing more complex carving and finer detail. Hammers and mallets of varying weights, for sculpting their famous marble statues and columns. Measuring squares and compasses, allowing for advanced geometry and structures like the Parthenon. Primitive lathes, used in some advanced workshops to spin and shape wood and pottery. Plumb lines and early spirit levels for ensuring perfectly balanced columns. Tongs and clamps, used heavily in metallurgy and forging.
The Greeks basically took the Egyptian toolkit, added math, and made it prettier.
Yep. Leave it to the Greeks to turn tool use into a philosophy. Measure twice, sculpt once.
The Romans took everything to the next level, scaling up architecture, military engineering, and infrastructure on a massive scale. With their ambition came innovation, and their tools reflected that. The Romans' toolkit included iron chisels, hammers, and picks, for quarrying massive amounts of stone for aqueducts, amphitheaters, and roads. T-squares and chalk lines, for marking accurate cuts in stone and wood. Augers and bow drills, for boring holes in beams and masonry. Calipers, for accurate measuring of column diameters and pipe fittings. Portable cranes and treadwheel hoists, powered by humans walking inside giant wooden wheels.
Think hamster wheel for grown-ups.
Concrete mixing tools. The Romans famously invented durable hydraulic concrete, still studied today.
The Romans even invented the wrench concept. Early spanner-like tools were used for assembling plumbing and aqueduct joints.
And their concrete? Some of it's still standing after 2,000 years. We're still trying to replicate it today.
We have digital sensors, AI, and 3D modeling. We have volcanic ash and a trowel. Let's go!
Let's not forget the incredible tools of other ancient cultures. Chinese bronze tools in Shang Dynasty, early metal saws, axes, and agricultural tools. Mesopotamian measuring systems, foundational for weights, measurements, and early trade. Indus Valley civilization, advanced water management tools and precision brickmaking methods. Mayan stone carving tools, obsidian blades and chisels for temples and monuments.
Every civilization brought something unique to the toolbox. It's like the ancient version of a global hardware store.
Fun facts about ancient tools. Some Egyptian copper chisels show hundreds of sharpening marks. Ancient Greek builders used heated water and sudden cold baths to crack giant stones. Roman engineers had portable surveying tools for road building that mapped thousands of miles. The Romans also had an early form of tool rental for massive public works.
Tool rental? So even back then, someone said, why buy it when you can borrow it from the empire?
From pounding stones to precision chisels, the ancient world laid the foundation, literally, for every modern tool we have today.
Without their early inventions, there'd be no wrenches, no hammers, no screwdrivers, no pliers, and no ToolTalk Pro.
If you enjoyed this journey through the ancient toolbox, give us a like, subscribe, and hit that bell to follow the full evolution of tools right here on ToolTalk Pro.
Thanks for watching, and remember, even the oldest tools still get the job done.